Smashed.
Oh, also, fire. Taking damage makes your charge reset by 1/4 of a bar. So fire is an annoying status effect because it means that even with CTR max, I'm not going to be getting off 2 blitz charges if I'm on fire. If I'm not on fire, then I can usually.
Ah, no, wait. Ah, the slow. The little fire orbs are just evil and should
So we should probably
not...
take the time to just get rid of all the other fires here, because nothing's going to be spawning. When he's in mask phase, no fires drop, no enemies spawn.
I'll get rid of the fires if you're spawning.
And if mask is affected by this middle thing, it will double its defense.
I may die again because of fire.
Also, look at this fire here. It's in the wall. It'll still hurt you if you're hugging the wall, so those are like some of the most important ones to get rid of, even though they look really minor.
There was also one that was on the... like on the other water spawn. The one that everyone usually goes for. I got it. It's okay. Okay.
Kills will recover 32 to 33% health if you have a 21 Vita and full levels of 5-star armor. So never use a pill unless you're missing more than 33% health. Probably knew already. Okay, he's gonna spawn a Trojan on either side. I'm gonna go into invisibility because invisibility is timed with the blitz type attack. Oh, okay, he opted not to spawn anything, which is really nice to make this phase a whole
Oh no, he spawned it. Oh no, oh no.
Oh no, wrong disconnected.
What happened? The last time this happened, I had to get a GM to help.
Thankfully the GM support is actually really, really good. I'm surprised, considering there's very little input from GMs on the forums, but in-game, if you submit a report ticket, they will help you within minutes. It's actually quite impressive.
I shall be back in
I think for one
momentarily.
case, they helped us within less than a minute, and he managed to get right back in. It was actually wonderful.
And now I'm just... apparently Vanna likes me a lot.
Yeah, which is... oh, okay. Take it. It's a free hit.
Yeah. One tip that I'm not sure if you know, Matt, if you stay to the right hand side of Vanna, like Vanna's, yep, it knocks you away from him, but doesn't damage you. Tip for everyone.
So you walk towards the side that Vanna has his weapon in, and
No, you walk away from it.
walk away from it.
Walk away from it. Walk to the opposite side of his weapon. If that makes sense.
I mean, I guess that gives you more room, but I don't know. I was just kind of...
Basically run around clockwise.
but yeah, that would make more sense.
It's something that I just found out. I was sitting like doing a banner run, and it's like, oh yeah, I basically done this and I bounced. There's like a certain distance that you can be away from his weapon and it will cause it to knock you somewhere else instead.
It's with CTR max, you can actually throw water and still get 2 charge shots off. It's really nice. Also, the ideal spot to have the mask is right next to water, like we have it right now. It just lets you keep watering it and hitting it over and over. Absolutely wonderful.
Trojans.
Get that positioning, go for it, because it'll save you so much. One really nice thing is he spawns one wave of enemies, and then immediately despawns them to spawn another wave. But the Trojans can resurrect those despawned enemies, so you end up with a bunch of skeletons.
It's basically like having double skeletons.
I went down because I didn't want to use a remedy. I probably should have used the remedy, but at the same time, if it could help me more later on, it only would have saved me from 1.5 bars there, so...
I'm just going to constantly run around in water and then shoot my Polaris. should really be shooting my Polaris more often in the middle, but there's too much water. Or too much fire.
Yeah.
And too many skills.
For a long time, they didn't.
Also, you can get rid of the orbs for Vanna, but you're much better off just leaving them and using
the orbs
this.
actually respawn, so it doesn't help you much. Plus, it's not like you're going to be running into melee range anyways. Especially not on Darkfire. By this point, you should have a good enough loadout that that's never necessary. This skeleton started using Curse Breath, so I had to immediately stop even though I would take some damage from Vanna. If I'd been cursed, it would have been even worse for me. Because there's only a 1 in 4 chance that the remedy wouldn't be cursed. I'm actually going to negate that fire because it would have done 3 bars.
I think I might have been cursed up. Didn't see.
It's annoying if you get cursed while you're attacking because you can still lose the health.
Right. I probably should have
Based on
used
when
this a
you
while
actually
ago.
release this, not when it does this. Or not when you start clicking the mouse. So like, if you start a charge shot, only when you release it will the curse do damage. I'm actually going to have to spark at this rate. I shouldn't have charged up that first.
Yeah, I somehow was cursed and...
There's a rate about now. Let's do... Yeah, what I should have done there was actually just start Polarising Vanna, because he was low enough that maybe 20 shots of Polaris would have killed him. It would have made more sense.
All in all, that was a very successful Vanna run.
Yeah, that was still really good. Like, I only needed 1 spark, I think Rob needed like 6, which still isn't actually bad because it's the second time through.
And gain 2. But this isn't the end.
We only have 1 more floor left. It's one of the easier floors. Although some people actually find it to be the hardest. How it works is that there's 5 enemies per wave, and there's 8 waves in total. 3 in the first arena, 5 in the second arena. You kill the enemies, and then you run to the next arena. You kill those enemies, and then you try to run out.
And also, you notice we're doing this, and I don't have the optimal gear.
You do now that you have the Polaris. Polaris and Neutralizer is actually pretty ideal for here. I'd say Polaris, Biohazard, Neutralizer, and Voltage would be the best you could get. Or those plus Barbarous Thornblade.
Yeah.
It spawns enemies of all types here, so normal damage from the Neutralizer actually really helps, because there's a lot of enemies, so the AoE normal damage is just going to do massive work. What's odd is that these slimes here, while easily the strongest enemy here, because they have a ranged attack, the slimes are actually weak to both Elemental and Shadow. It's really odd, but I'm not complaining because it lets you kill them easily. They are the things that will kill you the most. There's also 2 little turrets here. You can't kill the turrets just attack you. It's very rare to be hit by them. I know I just got hit by them, so I shouldn't be saying that, but it's true.
It's because their attack speed's that slow and they only fire 1 projectile, so...
Right, and there's a tell when they're about to shoot. The little square on the turret actually shrinks for a second. And it gives you enough time to react. So even if you're standing right next to the things, you can still dodge it. Just by that. So, Biohazard and Polaris.
Even though I still died. Just due to a turret. Being in the middle of turrets is not a good thing.
It's the fact that it's so hard to dodge everything if there's a bunch of slimes alive, because those needles are very unpredictable. They shoot 4 needles in random directions. And if the needle hits you, it does a lot of damage and it causes poison most of the time. They're just really strong enemies here.
I just basically need to constantly charge shot and then do like a normal shot, and then also if someone has a biohazard and you have a neutralizer, they can proc your charge shots.
Like you'll notice that I'm able